Yo, what is up, all my fellow giraffes? Welcome back to another epic reaction video on this channel, Giraffe Attack. It's your boy, K-Man Raps, bringing it back with another fresh reaction video. Sorry if my voice is a little shot. I've been crazy busy lately recording, so I might not have the best vocals right now. But today, we're checking out my favorite artist of all time. We're checking out Andy Mineo with his track Clarity. Let's hop into the video. You ain't got a chance that will stop it. My lyrics and rhymes, it be poppin'. So check out the mic while I rock it. I got the brand new beat, it keeps slapping. I got the RX-8, I keep rapping. Yeah, all of my friends are giraffing. So get behind me, I'm rapping. Alrighty, guys. So you guys know what's up. Today we're checking out Andy Mineo Clarity. We're checking out the EP visual. Now, surprisingly enough, even though Andy Mineo is my favorite artist of all time, I could sing you all of the lyrics to Ben About It, Coming In Hot, Paisanos Wildin', any of his tracks. Like, I've heard so many of his songs. But surprisingly, some of his older stuff I haven't heard, and I've been saving it to react to. I tend to have a really bad habit where if I hear that an artist makes music, I go, oh no, I better not listen to it until I have time to react to it. So I don't listen to anything until I can react to it on this channel, which is a blessing for you guys, but it's a little bit of a curse for me. I didn't hear about the track 10K by KB until I reacted to it on this channel, and people were looking at me like, bro, you're a Christian rapper. How have you never heard 10K? That's like an insanely big song. And I had never heard it. I've only been listening to rap for about 2 years now. You know, I didn't really start listening to rap until I started making rap. But that's a whole nother story for another time. I will say, though, before we hop into this video, my latest single, My Story, is out right now on this channel. After the video, go check it out. I'll have a link in the description to that track, and it drops on every streaming platform February 15th. My album is coming out this summer, and it's going to be super dope. Can't wait for you guys to hear it. There's some literal bangers popping off in this album, and I'm so hyped for it. But without further ado, you know what's going on here. We got to check out Andy. So let's do this. I've heard this track is a banger. I've seen several other reaction channels react to it, so I'm hype. Let's go, Andy.
Sometimes you can just be in a funk creatively or, as a person, and it's like there's a fog around you and you can't see out of it, but that's part of the journey.
Facts. Hold up. He said sometimes you're in a funk creatively. It's like there's a fog around you and you can't see out of it. Man, I don't know if the Lord was making me listen to this track now or not. I don't know what I'm about to get into, but that hits deep right now. That's part of the reason I ain't been uploading as much, because I've been crazy busy with this album, and sometimes you just get in those funks. So, man, the Lord works in mysterious ways, and this might be just what I need. Let's run that back. This is off of his EP, The Arrow.
Sometimes you can just be in a funk creatively or, as a person, and it's like there's a fog around you and you can't see out of it, but that's part of the journey.
Facts.
Patient. This beat done took its time, when so do I. Look, uninspired, under fire. Now somebody's getting fired, terrified, paralyzed. Twitter game, verified. Married life, verified. Understand, I'm on demand, undemand. Son of man, a son of Sam. Somewhere in between the two, been meaning to spend the evening, be with you. Oh, I know, I need it too. Do I believe? Believe I do. On my faith walk, took the scenic route. Get lost, I be aloof. Adidas on, still need a boost. What was the eating fruit? I'll ask him when I see him. Daily bread, that's per diem, but I'm fasting like a beam, riding past you in the PM, and a stolen car that's fleeing from the scene of a crime. Apollo Creed in his prime, Rocky verses. I'm a person that's trying to believe I'm worth it. I'm working through it, but work is well worth it.
Ooh. I'm just a man trying to believe that his work is worth it. I'm working through it, but work is still work. Ooh, I see you, Andy. Man, you talking real quick. I'm not catching all these bars. I'm gonna have to look at the lyrics after this, but that was tight. Run that back.
Scene of a crime, Apollo Creed in his prime, Rocky verses. I'm a person that's trying to believe I'm worth it. I'm working through it, but work is well work, but well worth it. It's hella churches, still hell is working fine. What's that tell us? Fellas hurting, it's like melanin a crime. That's the elephant we hide. Truthfully, we probably lied. Rather have a tribe than unity, so you and me divide. I'm hellish and divine. I'm trellis and divine. I'm telling me I'm fine. I'm fine. I know better. All I want is clarity, clarity. 'Cause all of my heroes are frauds, just like me,
Ooh,
just like me.
uh,
So let every man be a liar, let only God be true. And all of your heroes are frauds, just like you. I can't see through that smoke in there.
oh my gosh, bro. You can't come that hard, bruh. What? Run that back. He said, all I need is clarity, because all of my heroes are frauds just like me. Let every man be a liar, let only God be true, because all your heroes are frauds just like you. Oh my gosh, Andy. Dude, it's true though. And I even find that in music I listen to. Like, I love all sorts of music. I listen to literally every genre known to man. And sometimes you hear like a rumor, like, "Oh, did you hear what happened to, you know, so and so?" And then you look them up and you find out, like, "Oh my gosh, they've done all this stuff," and we get. And I know personally, and I know other people who do that. They hear about these people and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe, I can't, oh, I can't believe they would do that," and they want to like dismiss them and stop listening to everything they do. And it's like, we're not any better than they are, you know. People could just as well do the same thing to us. Let's check this again.
Clarity, clarity. 'Cause all of my heroes
Some
are
frauds
frauds,
just like me. Mm.
just like me. So let every man be a liar,
Let only God be true,
and all of your heroes are frauds,
just like you. Oh,
can't
so
see
good.
through that smoke in there. That's the smoke in there. That's that smoke in there.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
That smoke in there.
The value of doubt is to keep you open to God's revelations. If you don't doubt, you don't change. If you have to have finite answers to infinite questions, you're not going to move.
That's something else too. Did if you want finite answers for infinite questions, you're never gonna move. If we stand here questioning God and questioning everything, you know, trying to get answers and answers and answers, we're never gonna go anywhere. Our human brain can't contain all the answers. God has all the answers, but we as humans can't understand it all. That's why I tell so many people, like, I know so many people who, and don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with studying the Bible, studying Revelation, studying like these deep theological topics and trying to figure out, like, oh, this verse was connected here because of this and this and this. There's nothing wrong with that. But some people devote so much of their life to that they miss out on, actually, they're missing out on actually like living out a life for Christ. Like, I always tell people, like, the stuff in the Revelations, like, God says no man knows the day or the hour when he's gonna appear, and even Jesus doesn't know. Only God knows. And so it's kind of like, why would I waste years of my life trying to figure out everything in the Revelations when I could be out there living my life for Christ? Because it doesn't matter right now. When the Lord comes back, he's going to come back when he wants to. And personally, I'd rather him come back and me be able to say, here's the things I did for you, rather than being able to say, I was so close. I almost knew when you were going to be here. And then God looks at me and goes, well, what'd you do for me? And I'll go, well, I tried to figure out when you were coming and be ready. But I wasn't ready. No one is. So, I think like we have all these questions that we want answers to, and sometimes we don't need those answers. As a good inspiration to me, there's a magician named Chris Ramsey, and as he once said, I feel like the world would be a much better place if people just said, I don't know. The more you say, I don't know what it is, I don't have all the answers, it's a lot easier to get through life, I think. But anyways, let's run that back.
The value of doubt is to keep you open to God's revelations. If you don't doubt, you don't change. If you have to have finite answers to infinite questions, you're not going to move.
Yeah, build my life on this. Half my adult life unlearning lies that I heard in a dumb sermon. What I unearthed got me uncertain. More knowledge and more sorrow. Worrying that never fix tomorrow. Just take away all my strength today. It was black and white, but now pay was great. Maybe that cloud that I've been stuck in. I constructed, I conducted. Orchestra a noise, I don't hear your voice. I done made the choice. My consumption of TV, tablet, tweeting, twerking, gramming, gaming, rapping, working, fashion, working. Can't tell if my mind, I just made it. My faith, I misplaced it. My pain, I upgraded. Lost my happy thought, then I got jaded. Focus in my direction, in details and perfection. All my faith in white Jesus and my leaders. They weren't who I thought all these years. They weren't even worthy of tears. The opposite of faith ain't doubt. Yeah, it's when I get it all figured out. Some days you getting all my trust. Some days I can feel so empty. Some days I feel like you love me. Some days I feel like you left me.
The second I'm furious with God, I'm totally close. Because you cannot be furious with somebody who's not there.
He said, some days you're getting all of my trust. Hold on, run that back.
My Jesus and my leaders. They weren't who I thought all these years. They weren't even worthy of tears. The opposite of faith ain't doubt. Yeah, it's when I get it all figured out. Some days you're getting all my trust. Some days I can feel so empty. Some days I feel like you love me. Some days I feel like you left me.
Yeah, some days you get all my trust. Some days I feel so empty. Some days I feel like you love me. Some days I feel like you left me. He's just being real with us. And, that's one thing that I love about Christian rap specifically, is the vulnerability that's in it. Because you listen to any other genre of music. Well, I say any other genre. But, you listen to, a lot of Christian music, and it's a faith-based, sermon of a song almost. And some people can't relate to that. Not that that's this bad thing. I mean, I can relate to it because I'm a Christian, and some people can't. But some people can't relate to that. And you take any modern day rap, all these big rappers out there rapping about money, fame, sex, women, cars, drugs, all this stuff. It's all a facade, and none of it's all just they're rapping about what they want you to see. They're creating an image for themselves that they want you to see. You only see the Lil Nas X that Lil Nas X wants you to see when he's rapping, type of deal. But these guys like Andy and, Lecrae, KB, they rap from the heart and they give you their true emotions. Andy's not out here he's not gonna sugarcoat a track for you and act like everything's okay and be like, Jesus loves me, I love Jesus, everything is rainbows and Skittles and butterflies and we're having a great time. No, he's gonna be, Jesus loves me, but sometimes it's hard for me to feel that. I love Jesus, but I stumble sometimes, that type of deal, which I love about this. Let's take it back.
Some days I can feel so empty. Some days I feel like
you left me.
Some days I feel like you left me.
The second I'm furious with God, I'm totally close. Because you cannot be furious with somebody who's not there.
All I want is clarity. 'Cause all of my smoke in there.
Oh, I love
That's
it.
the smoke in there. That's that smoke in there. Oh, that smoke in there.
Man, I love
Throw
it.
that smoke in there. That's the smoke in there. That's that smoke in there. Oh, that smoke in there.
I want God to wrap me in the everlasting rings and say, there, it's all right. And that cosmic affirmation of, yes, I know it's terrible. I know it hurts. But be patient. It's going to work out. I'm not going to lose. I'm going to win.
Dang.
It's all right. And that's the basic affirmation that I think only true doubters can come to.
Dang. Wow. That was really, really good. Let's check this out. Andy Mineo. Clarity lyrics. Let's look into these lyrics, dude, because this is great. All right. Whew, man. He says, sometimes you can just be in a funk creatively, or, as a person, and it's like there's a fog around you, and you can't see out of it. But that's part of the journey. All right. We already discussed that part. But let's get it. Let's get into these lyrics. He says, patient, this beat done took its time. Well, then so do I. Look, uninspired, under fire. Now somebody's getting fired. Terrified, paralyzed, Twitter game, verified. Married life, very fine. Understand, I'm on demand. Undermanned, the son of man or son of Sam. Somewhere in between the two, between meaning to. Spend the evening, be with you. Oh, I know I need it too. Do I believe? Believe I do. On my faith walk took the cynic. I mean took the scenic route. Get lost, I be aloof. Adidas on, I still need a boost. What was the Eden fruit? I'll ask him when I see him. Daily bread, that's per diem, but I'm fasting like a beam. Riding past you in the PM in a stolen car that's fleeing the scene of a crime. Apollo Creed in his prime. Rocky versus, bro. It goes back to that thing where right there where he says, what was the Eden fruit? I'll ask him when I see him. Like, we have all these questions, like, we'll ask him when we see him. We don't need the answers now. But then down here he says, I'm working. He says, I'm a person that's trying to believe I'm worth it. I'm working through it, but work is work, but well worth it. It's heck of churches, still heck is working fine. He says, still hell is working fine. Sorry. Um, what's that? What's that tell us? Fellas hurting. It's like a melanin, a crime. That's the elephant we hide. Truthfully, we probably lied. Rather have a tribe than unity. So you and me divide. He says, I'm divine. I'm trellis and the vine. I'm telling me I'm fine. I'm fine. I know better. And then he says, all I want is clarity, because all my heroes are frauds like me. So let every man be a liar, let only God be true, and all your heroes are frauds just like you. Goodness gracious. He says, I can't see through the smoke in the air. All right. And then he says, the value of doubt is, or it's not him, but it's the French lady, I believe, Medellin Langle. She says the value of doubt is to keep you open to God's revelations. If you don't doubt, you don't change. If you have to have finite answers to infinite questions, you're not going to move. He says, yeah, I built my life on this, half my adult life unlearning. Lies that I heard in a dumb sermon. What I unearthed got me uncertain. More knowledge and more sorrow, worrying that never fix tomorrow. Just take away all my strength today. It was black and white, but now paint with gray. Maybe that cloud that I've been stuck in, I constructed, I conduct it. Wow, man. So he's saying, like, half of his adult life he's spent, you know, trying to unlearn all of the stuff that he heard in a dumb sermon, all the lies that some preachers told him. He says, what I unearthed got me uncertain because the things he finds out make him unsure about the future. And he says it gives him more knowledge and more sorrow, worrying that never fix tomorrow. It gives him, he has more information now, but it's not information he wanted, and now he's more stressed. He says, just take away all my strength today. It was black and white, but now paint with gray. Maybe the cloud that I've been stuck in, I constructed. So he's saying, like, everything used to be simple. Everything was black and white, but now everything's gray, and I can't tell what's black or white anymore. He's like, maybe the reason I'm stuck in this position is because I put myself here. He says, orchestra of noise, I don't hear your voice. I done made a choice, my consumption. A TV, tablet, tweeting, twerking, gramming, gaming, rapping, working, fashion, working. So he says he made a choice to consume all of those things. He says, I can't tell if I lost my mind or just made it. My faith or misplaced it. My pain or upgraded. Lost my happy thought, then I got jaded. Focus in my direction, in details and perfection. All my faith in white Jesus and my leaders. They weren't who I thought all these years. They weren't even worthy of tears. The opposite of faith ain't doubt. It's when I get it all figured out. Some days you get in all my trust. Some days I can feel so empty. Some days I feel like you love me. Some days I feel like you left me. Dang, that's so good, dude. I relate with that because he says, you know, all his leaders weren't who he thought they were all these years, and as someone who's gone through 2 church splits, I totally understand that. You know, feeling like some days you can trust them and some days you can't. You never know, whether they're going to turn their back on you or not, and it's a sad, scary thought. And then he goes back into the hook with all I want is clarity, and I can see through that smoke in the air, where he says, um, and these are the little interludes by Madeline L'Engle. I'm so sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. But she says, the second I'm furious with God, I'm totally close. Because you cannot be furious with somebody who's not there. Which I think is great. Like, it's kind of like what Caleb Gordon said in his track, where he said, people ask me every day how you believe what you can't see, and I just tell them you can't see the air, but every day you're still gonna breathe. And it's true. Like, you can't be mad at a God who doesn't exist. It's funny how there's like atheists in the world who don't believe in God, and they do everything they can do to disprove that God isn't around. But it's like, you not believing in him thereby proves that he's real, because you can't not believe in something that doesn't exist. That's a double negative, you know. Anyway, anyways, uh, and then she says at the end, she says, I want God to wrap me in the everlasting wings and say, there, it's all right. And that cosmic affirmation of, yes, I know it's terrible. I know it hurts. But be patient. It's going to work out. I'm not going to lose. I'm going to win. It's all right. And that's the basic affirmation that I think only true doubters can come to. So, yeah, like sometimes we doubt so much that we just need God to hold us and say, like, hey, you need to read. I talked about Revelation earlier. Sometimes you need to just read it and be like, hey, God wins in the end. It's going to be fine. Even if you don't see it now, it's going to be fine, you know? Uh, which I'm sorry if I wasn't as energetic for this reaction. It's super early in the morning, and I haven't had time to really do much. as far as sleep goes. But that's such a good track. I'm so glad I reacted to that, just because it's it's the truth, and I feel like that's what people need. That's what people need, is the truth, you know? Um so yeah, take this song to heart and just realize that even some of the biggest people in like the Christian sphere, like Andy Mineo, even they have doubts and they have struggles. And if you're doubting, it's okay, it's normal. And God is still on the throne, and he's going to be there in the end. And it's going to be okay. You know, we doubt cuz we're in an imperfect world, and you know, this is all we know. But one day he'll come and take us home with us, and everything's going to be great. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button down below. Comment down below any more music you want me to react to. Um, obviously, you know, I don't react as much frequently just because I've been working on this album, but I will hopefully be getting back into a bunch more reactions after the album comes out and later on. So comment down below what you want me to react to, because it really does help. It helps me to know what to react to, so I don't have to just go out and find stuff myself, and that way I'm actually reacting to stuff y'all want to see. Also, make sure you go to the links in the description where you can get Raise Energy over at repsports.com. You can get all of your Raise Energy, Broken Arrow pre-workout, hard caps, you know, Raise Focus, all of that stuff. Use code Giraffe20 and you'll get 15% off your whole purchase. You can also go down below to the Giraffic Market in the Cayman Private Reserve to get super dope merch such as this one for my single Relapse. And as always, I got music down there as well, so go check it out. My latest single, My Story, here on my channel. Go watch it. Comes on streaming platforms February 15th, and I got a whole album coming out this summer. Thank you guys for watching. This is K-Man Raps reminding you to stay giraffic, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Bah.